What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Hope everybody's having a great day or night whenever you're watching this. All-Star break is over. Finally, let's get to the playoffs if you're a basketball fan. And I want to talk about Jaren Jackson Jr. because quietly, he did make the All-Star team, right? But quietly, he's been having like an All-NBA level season. And he's quietly been the best player on the Grizzlies this year over Ja Morant. Not to trash Ja Morant because he's still really damn good. But Jaren has stepped his game up. And he's been playing phenomenal. And I think he's one of those guys that when we talk about the best bigs in the NBA this season, I'm talking the big fours and the fives, there's maybe 5 guys you take ahead of him this year. And I'll list some names that I think you would pretty easily say, yeah, we take him over Jaren. Jokic, right? He might win an MVP. It's him and Shea for that. We have Giannis, who we know how great Giannis is. You have, I think Cat has been awesome this year. I think Anthony Davis has been awesome. And then I think Wemby's been awesome. Those are the only 5 this year that I think you would confidently take over Jaren Jackson's resume for the year. I think Sabonis is a close one, but I would take Jaren for this year just because of the defensive impact that he applies. And that's not to trash Sabonis on that end of the floor, but Jaren might be a 2-time defensive player of the year at the end of this season. A lot of that might have to do with Wemby is going to be done for the rest of the year. But still, somebody's got to win the award. Jaren's a more than qualified defensive player to take it again. And I think his odds are very high. But my question is he underrated at this point? Because the Grizzlies are the 3 seed and he's their best player this year. Right? Ja Morant's only played in like 33 out of the 55 games. Jaren's played in 53 out of the 55 games. And he's been leading the show in those games. And we have a guy, he's averaging 23.6 rebounds and I think like a block and a half a game. And he hits you with 2 threes a game at like 36% from 3. He shoots the free throws pretty well. He gets to the rim, gets downhill. I'm going to use the game right now because I briefly looked at the box score. I haven't watched a ton of this game. But this kind of shows me his growth. Even though they're losing by 15, right? He's 1 for 7 right now. But he's got 7 made free throws out on 8 attempts. He's at least getting downhill and trying to impact the game when the shots are not falling. So he's having a very, very damn good season. In the last 2 months, he's averaging 24 points a game. Right? He's doing the winning things. And honestly, I think for bigs who are right-handed, he's probably the best left-handed finisher of them all. That man just loves to get to that left hand. That spin move into the little push shot, that's Jaren Jackson's game when he gets to the rim. It's the left hand. It's the best I've seen out of a big in terms of being ambidextrous in quite some time. Right, his touch is really good. And I just think that Jaren Jackson, he doesn't get the credit that he deserves. And I think Memphis, for the entirety of its franchise, has never gotten the credit it's deserved, right? But this is a year where I know he made the All-Star team and he got his credit that way, and it's like, okay, how can he be underrated? He made the All-Star team. I just don't think people talk about him enough. And he has a game that is fun to watch. He'll dunk on you. He'll block shots at the rim. He'll knock down threes off the dribble. He'll spot up and shoot too. But he's also going to get downhill and he's going to hit some floaters, and it's an aesthetically pleasing game to watch overall. Now, every once in a while, we get into some foul trouble, and he's never been able to shake that bug. But he's been a little bit better this year than he has been in years past. Overall, he's still really damn good defensively. He's still really skilled offensively. And he's the best player on the 3 seed in the West. The teams that are below the Grizzlies right now are Houston, who's been damn good. The Lakers, who are cooking. The Clippers, who just hang in there every single night. Then you have Minnesota, who was in the Western Conference Finals last year. Dallas, who was in the Finals last year. Obviously, Dallas is under some flack right now for a certain trade that people might know about. And then you have the Kings, the Warriors, and the Suns, the Spurs. There's a lot of like really good teams that are sitting below Memphis with really good players. And Jaren's got them as a 3 seed as their best player right now. And they've got a couple game lead on the 4 seed. So And then they've got a few game lead on the 5 seed. So I don't know if they're giving up a top 4 spot anytime soon this year. But Jaren Jackson Jr. deserves more credit. And I think it's about time people tap in and watch him more because he's damn good. How many bigs shoot the three, defend the rim, can use their offhand, can attack and get downhill, and can create their own shot? How many bigs can actually do that at a high level? All of that, and do it efficiently. There's like maybe 5 or 6, and Jaren is one of those guys. So I think we need to have a little bit more praise for him this year. Let me know in the comments where you rank Jaren amongst the bigs this year. I think 6 is a fair spot. Jokic, Giannis, AD, Cat, Wemby. Those are the guys I think we confidently would say up to this point in the season, right after the All-Star break, yeah, take them over them for this year, or over Jaren for this year. But Wemby's done for the rest of the year. Anthony Davis is injured. That really only puts Cat, Giannis, and Jokic in the way at that point. So there's a lot of things that need to be said about the Grizzlies season, but Jaren Jackson Jr. having this good of a season needs to be talked about more. So let me know how you're feeling about him in the comments. Do you think he's what I think he is and where he's been a really elite player this year? Or you think I'm overrating him? Personally, I think he's underrated. I want to know what you think in the comments. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you like this kind of videos, please like the video. I appreciate it. And I will see you on the next one. I'm done. Peace.